Yo, my people, welcome back to Match Reactions. Welcome back to the Premier League. Game week 1 is out the way and we got 3 points. Not too sure how we managed it, but we got 3 points, and I guess that's the only thing that matters, right? Wrong, in my opinion. Not in phase 6, not in year 6, but let's start with the positives, and there ain't many, if I'm honest with you. So we'll be quickly and swiftly moving on to the reality of the situation, I'll call it. Some people will call it the negativity, but listen. 3 points at Old Trafford, it ain't an easy task. First and foremost, I'll get that in there. It's not often we've won at Old Trafford over the years, and we've seen far worse Man United sides, personnel-wise, manager-wise, over that time. And, you know, we haven't often pulled out 3 points. So listen, that is a positive, and, you know, credit to the team for sticking in there come the end of it. And grinding it out, because United were growing into that game. They were creating more opportunities. They were having more efforts on goal come the second half, come the end of that second half. And yeah, we held tight. In all honesty, a draw was probably a fair result overall. And I'm even saying that knowing that we didn't even create enough, in my opinion, to really be happy overall. Listen, 3 points is 3 points. It doesn't matter how you get it, 5-0, 1-0, great performance, poor performance. It counts the same. But game week 1 in year 6, after a couple title challenges and a season like we had last season, it would have been refreshing to see us with something new. And it just felt very same old from Arsenal. Now listen, Calafiori started, surprising in my opinion, but understandable, and he got the goal, and that's another positive. And aside from that, I think he dealt with Mbomo quite well. Don't get it twisted, Mbomo in that first half in particular had hella space on United's right hand side, our left hand side, but every time he got the ball, nothing materialized. And, you know, you've got to credit Calafiori somewhat for that, because he did, you know, cover his ground well, albeit, you know, he was helping out in attack. He was back defensively to stifle Man United's biggest threat, in my opinion, going into the game. Turns out, I guess, Cunha probably, you know, pipped him in the threat department over the 90 minutes. But Calafiori, in my opinion, candidate for man of the match, because, you know, we're clutching at straws, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for real man of the match candidates in this game. We won, so I'm looking at Calafiori. Ryan made a few saves too. And aside from that, I think poor performance all round. Every other position, every other player, whether it's a substitute coming on or the man that started the game, I wasn't impressed. Before I go into why I wasn't impressed, Match Reaction, we are back. Premier League, we are back. Proton VPN, we are back. QR code on the screen, people, show them some love. Listen, they've been supporting the channel, and over that time you've been supporting them. You must be scanning that QR code, you must be clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment, either or, people. You don't have to do all 3, just do one of the 3. Maybe pass that on to a family member, let them do the other. It all matters, but you've been showing them love, so they're still with me, they're still with us, the Turkish London community. If you need a VPN, use the QR code, scan the QR code, click the link. Over 15,000 servers available in hella countries. Where you're sitting right now, where I am right now, everywhere I went throughout the summer, Proton VPN was with me. So if you need a VPN, you should need a VPN. If you got a VPN, delete that one, sign up to Proton and show them some love, people. Love for the lovers, always. Now, the other performances. Where do I begin? I think the midfield surprised me the most. I think, you know, we played our strongest midfield unit on paper, Zubimendi, Rice and Odegaard, against a United midfield that's been laughed at over the last few weeks, months, and in all honesty, they probably came out the better over the 90 minutes. Why? I can't quite put my finger on it. Did we do enough in the summer pre-season wise, combination wise? You know, we all looked at the Rice and Zubi performance against Bilbao and it got the taste buds tingling, but the reality is that was a good 50-60 minutes under their belts and nothing more throughout the summer. So now the intensity picks up, the rivalries come into play, the Premier League returning. You know, it's a different beast. And Zubi, Rice, midfield wise in general, I mean, Odegaard worked hard, but anytime Odegaard had an opportunity to let it go, and I don't even mean shoot here, I mean let it go in terms of a quick pass in the transition, he's doing some sort of nonsense, whether that's trying to scoop it over the player, which I saw about 3-4 times today, one of which just made no sense in that second half. We won the ball back. He's got the ball at his feet. Saka's running one way. Someone else is running another way. My man thinks, let me just scoop it over this defender. Allows everyone to get back into it. Even delayed it so long, I think Saka was offside in the end. Odegaard today, in my honest opinion, you know, working hard aside, which is customary for him. Yeah, it wasn't it. And he had opportunities in that game. He had opportunities to create. He had opportunities to cut them open. Man United were taking the game to us for the majority. You know, surprisingly so when I saw the lineup. I thought, you know, if they're going to take the game to us, Diallo would be starting. Šeško would probably get a start and come off. When I saw their lineup, I thought, all right, they're going to go low mid block and we're going to have to break them down. But from the get-go, United were onto us. They were creating chances and, you know, well, creating opportunities, not necessarily chances, because overall, like I said earlier, Raya, candidate for man of the match. He had a few saves, but most of them, aside from the Cunha one, were bread and butter for a goalkeeper of any standard, let alone his standard. With us, midfield-wise, very flat, beaten to first balls, beaten to second balls, and that isn't the best platform for a transition to show something new. Now, I get into the attack, and the attack is, listen, let's start with Gyökeres. Started the game, highly anticipated. I thought he'd get at least a goal. I was hoping for a brace. He didn't even have 2 chances in that game, let alone me hoping for him to get a brace. Now, some of that's on him, some of that's on the team, a lot of that's on the manager to make it work. But the one moment he had, in typical fashion, social media will love it. He got put through, I say put through, one-on-one with the defender in the second half. The ball got caught under his feet. I know it's probably flying all over X, all over Instagram, all over social media right now. Funny, ha, cool. But as an Arsenal fan, I know them things can happen, but I wasn't impressed overall at how we tried to bring him into the game, which didn't work out any which way, and what he did to try and get into the game, which didn't work out any which way. I didn't think he should have come off after the hour. I think that was slightly harsh. I believe changes needed to have been made, but I was looking more at midfield than attack. And I was looking more on the left-hand side of the attack if we were to entertain something different. Noni Madueke coming off the bench. And he did come off the bench and he did absolutely nothing. Before we get onto Noni Madueke, Martinelli, you know, it's fair to start with him. The regular over here. He's been here years. He's pulled out a great season for us over those years, but he's regressed over the next 2. And here we land. We're right here, game week 1. And it's another performance that just fails to flatter, fails to deceive, you could say, because it's become the norm for Martinelli on that left-hand side. He's just not a threat. Defenders don't seem to fear him, and he just doesn't seem to have the confidence or the care to do more. And by care, I mean body language and emotion is a natural human trait, right? But anytime I look at him, whether he's coming off the pitch for a substitution or whether the camera pans in after a move, just doesn't seem like, and listen, I'm not a doctor, right? So, you know, I'm just looking at it for what it is. I'd expect a bit more frustration when he's getting taken off, when he hasn't done a thing. As an attacker, you know, even in wins, strikers are not happy when they don't get a goal, right? And I put that to the whole attack, you know. I expect some emotion when things are not going your way. Actually, I put that to the whole team, if I'm honest with you. But Martinelli just... there was even that quick move we made in the first half. The first move I think we had, and Saka had passed it across the box to Martinelli, and he took a touch inside, and the shot... I think Grizz Khan could have had a better shot, if I'm honest with you, but yeah. No more needs to be said on that. You already know my thoughts. You already know 1, 2 of the players I'd be bringing in this summer are, you know, left-wing players, Rodrigo, Leao. And after that performance, after the Noni Madueke substitution, which failed to change anything. In fact, he lost the ball a couple of times that allowed Man United to break quite quickly on us. Which ain't good enough. But overall, didn't change anything, whether it was Madueke coming on or Havertz coming on. And that to me is a worry, because when you have options, those options need to be making an impact. Diallo comes on and makes an impact. You can see the difference he made, right? And Diallo isn't as seasoned as a Kai Havertz. Madueke, I guess, similar in terms of minutes in the top league. But yeah, expected to see more from the substitutes, expected to see more from the starting lineup. Failed to deliver performance-wise, but delivered the 3 points. We're still in the transfer window, and in my opinion, moving into Leeds, actually it's Emirates this Saturday. Hopefully the rumours and the links and the talks pick up over the next few days, because yeah, if you didn't think we needed Saturn, if you didn't know we needed Saturn, surely you know now, surely. Don't think I'm missing anything. I mean, I could go on and moan on, you know, I like to do that, right? I don't like to do that. I like to be pleased. I like to be excited. I like to see good football. I like to see changes bringing about just that, change. And that 90 minutes of football, like I said at the beginning, we got 3 points. Not too sure how. Set piece, listen, set piece, ole, ole. That won it for us today. Lucky, but we move. You always need these types of points from performances like that in a season. It's just come game week 1, and that's the worry. 2 weeks left of the window. What are we going to do? Probably nothing, but I'm here covering it. Hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, show Proton some love, people. I'll be back when I'm back. Peace.